GTA 5 has been out for 4 years now, and the mystery behind the Mount Chilliad mural still hasn't been solved. It's a question that needs to be answered, and I think we might just know what the mural is trying to show us. And it's not at all what you might think it is. Hello everyone, my name is Dustin Weekly, and welcome to the Gamer Game Show, where today we are picking apart the ever so elusive Mount Chilliad mystery and finding out just what it means and what it's trying to tell us. First thing we need to do is take a look at the mural itself. On the mural there are three very obvious images: a man with a jetpack, a cracked egg, and a UFO. Now people have speculated that this could lead to getting maybe a jetpack in GTA 5, but I am here to tell you that those people are dead wrong and complete idiots, because there is no jetpack in the game. What it really is a map marker. Now if we stretch the image of the mural across the Los Santos map, we can use it to find locations in-game. By now, everyone knows that beside the Epsilon camp, there's a rock that at a certain time during the evening, you can see the jetpack man that we see on the mural. That gives us 1 point of reference. All we have to do is put the mural jetpack man on the real location where it's found. So with that, we have 1 point marked down. But we need at least 2 points of reference in order to put the mural on the map. This is where we really have to start doing some digging. In 2013, we finally got a trailer for GTA 5. Now, if we watch that trailer and listen very closely, the music for the trailer is a revamped version of the Chain Gang's 1974 Sleepwalking. Why are we looking at a background song for a trailer that came out 4 years ago, you ask? Well, it might seem like a stretch, but in the song, some of the lyrics say something very interesting that can help point us in the right direction. Here you go, take a listen. True lies through fingertips, hidden tales of forbidden love. These lyrics are some very cleverly hidden clues hidden inside this song, and let me show you why. Basically what the lyrics are saying is that truth lies at the fingertips where we can find hidden tales. I know, it sounds crazy, but just stick with me, okay? If you look on a map of Los Santos, where the wind turbines are, there's a section of road that looks suspiciously like a hand, with fingertips on it. If you go to said fingertips, there is an X inside a box just like the ones on the mural. And if we have the jetpack man as our first fixed point, and then we rotate and resize the mural, one X with a box around it fits on the same spot where the in-game X with a box around it is found. Still think I'm crazy? Well, look at what it lines up with. The jetpack man lines up with the jetpack man, the cracked egg lines up with the Alamino Sea, which we will come back to later, and the UFO lines up with where the UFO appears. The X's also line up with some very interesting places on the map. One is in Tongva Valley, where Two Hoots Falls is, the other on Fort Zancudo, but the one that I am interested in is the one that is placed on the Vinewood Hills Observatory. The observatory in GTA is based on a real-life location in Los Angeles, California, called the Griffith Observatory. Outside the Griffith Observatory, they have planetary lines that match up with the orbits of each planet in our solar system. In GTA, the observatory sort of does the exact same thing, except they do it for only one planet, and that planet is Pluto, even though Pluto technically isn't a planet anymore. Anyways, something interesting about the X-planet Pluto is that the outermost ring of Pluto is called the Epsilon ring. Sound familiar? Well, it should, because the Epsilon cult in GTA 5 is one of the most influential groups in the game, whether you know it or not. Plus, the pillar in the center of the observatory looks a lot like the thing at the top of the mural. And that's not the only hidden Epsilon imagery either. There's also an Epsilon logo on the Los Santos logo itself. Anyways, now, let's go back to that cracked egg thing we were talking about earlier. It seems odd that the cracked egg on the mural would land in the Alamino Sea, right? It just seems so random considering the accuracy of the other two symbols on the mural's locations. Well, if you take a look at the scriptures that the Epsilon group follows, you can find something very interesting. In chapter 3, verse 1, in the book of Chai, or Kai, or whatever that is, it reads, "Indeed there is a lake where truth lives, and in this lake an egg lived in, and out of that egg came forth a whole world. And that world was this world, and this metaphor now ends, and a new one begins." The important thing that we can pull from that is that the Epsilon believed that the world was born from a cracked egg in a lake. And yes, technically the Alamino Sea is, well, a sea, but it's a religious text, so stop splitting hairs, okay? A sea is practically a big lake. Anyways, this allows us to come to the conclusion that the mural and all of the clues were actually placed around GTA 5 by the Epsilon group, or they were created when this world hatched from its egg. Another tidbit is that there is a line on the mural going from the egg to the top of the mural. And at the top of the mural, there is something that looks an awful lot like an eye. Much like the Illuminati's all-seeing eye that we have in our own culture. And the Epsilon program says that very publicly that they see all. So what's the point? Why does it matter that some crazy cult painted a mural on top of a mountain? Well, it's for you, the main character, or I guess characters in this case, since you play as Franklin, Michael, and Trevor, to find out that you're not the main character at all. You are a god within the Epsilon group. Yeah, that's right, you're a god. Think about it. You don't play as any of the characters. You're simply a god using your omniscient, all-seeing eye to observe the three people in your world who are causing huge changes. That's why when you switch between them, you ascend into what you could call the heavens, and then come back down to observe one of your other creations. I know it seems a little insane, but let's take a look at another piece of evidence. When you die in GTA Online for the first time ever, you get an interesting cutscene. You can only see the cutscene one time. It's once you die with your first character in GTA Online. Even if you create another character and die with them, you won't see this cutscene for a second time.
Welcome, brother. Welcome. You see, they said I was a charlatan, a fraud, a nothing. But I am a miracle. Look and behold in wonder. And ask yourself, what does mighty Chris Formage, leader of the Epsilon program, do with his enormous power? Why, he uses it to watch people, of course. Join me anytime you like in watching. They never find out, and they can't harm you. It is the greatest pleasure on earth. And trust me, I've lain with a multitude of women.
It's interesting how he comes from the sky, much like you do with Trevor, Franklin, and Michael, and he tells you to join him in watching them. Immediately after he says this, a notification about passive mode comes onto your screen. And if you don't already know, when you activate passive mode, you become invulnerable, almost like a god. And when he's done speaking with you, he ascends back into the heavens, assumingly to go to another character, much like you do with Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. So no, sadly the mural atop Mount Chilliad does not lead you to a jetpack or give you an unlockable UFO vehicle. It's simply clues left behind by your followers to celebrate your almighty power. You, one of their gods. Well guys, that's all I have on that. I'd really love to hear what you guys' theories are on this in the comments below. I think we could get some really interesting conversation going on down there. Anyway, I really appreciate you dropping by to watch this video, and if you had a good time, support my little channel here by giving this video a like, and subscribe for more of my content. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time here on the Gamer Game Show.